ladies and gentlemen, I don't really know how to segue into Scrandle after what we just watched, so we're gonna watch it again. Hello everybody, today we're gonna be checking out Scrandle. Today we will check out the delicious British food, and today it will be beans on toast. Could you imagine if I did a Soul Calibur 3 thing where we watch this over and over and over again? Wouldn't that be great? No, it wouldn't. It would suck. You know. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be doing some Scrandle. If you don't know what Scrandle is, it's a website where you rate what you would think the general population would pick between two meals from, like, sport arenas or some sort of, like, sporting event. And I did one before, but I'm doing it again because I had a really fun time doing it. Now, every day there's a new Scrandle. So we're gonna do today's Scrandle, and probably some previous ones too. But, we're gonna scran it up, boys. Scrandle. I'm sorry, the Scrandle has had an update. Ladies and gentlemen, out of nowhere comes Scrandle 2! What? What the fuck? Okay, well, let's play a daily. Alright, well, off we go, ladies and gentlemen. Scrandle 2. Is this some sort of like Peggle 2 thing? I gotta be real honest, guys. Both of these look pretty good. I see no problem with this. They're both in two football arenas, and steak and chips are loaded nachos. Now, here's the thing. £10. 10 British golds versus 5 British golds. Now, it often boils down to this. It's often the price. However, I will say this. I love halloumi, and I think America has now started receiving halloumi. Halloumi is kind of like a cheese that you can grill or deep fry. It's very delicious. I like it a lot. There's even halloumi burgers here for like vegetarians and stuff. But I am a little suspicious though, because steak that is medium rare at a sporting event like this. Now, listen, I'm not an idiot. I eat my steaks medium rare because I'm an aristocrat, right? However, at a big sporting arena like this, you're probably gonna get very bad salmonella, you know. So just on that basis alone, I think that loaded nachos could win. However, the loaded nachos here looks, down to its core level, in my opinion, looks like you made it. All right, and whenever I have takeout, I always look for food that I cannot replicate at home. I could, but it would require too much money or whatever the fuck. So oftentimes I'm like, I'm gonna get like a smash burger with like all this stuff on it, right? My point is, this taco, this nachos, looks like cheap brand tortilla chips, just jalapenos, and it looks like canned cheese that might not be hot, and then they got the cheap like taco, you know, salsa shit. These plop goes to the tin at the top, or the glass or jar, whatever you want to call it, and these good. So I'm gonna be real honest. I'm gonna make an executive decision here. I'm gonna think that the steak and chips, because it looks better. It just looks better. However, it is more expensive, but I'm gonna go with it. Thanks for voting. I don't get to know. Thanks for voting. You're welcome. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Huh. I guess I'll know at the end. That's a good feature. That was a bonus round. It was a survey round. Oh, I see. I'm an idiot. Okay, cool. Well, here's the first official round then. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a pepperami pizza, as they say, in certain parts of the UK. By the way, I talked to some of my neighbors, because, you know, different neighbors move in every once in a while. These guys were working on a wind turbine. There was a guy from Ireland, there was a guy from Liverpool, and there was a guy from somewhere else. But the Liverpudlian, he thought I was like a moron that wasn't like well versed in the various cultural exports from the UK. And he said, I'm from Liverpool. And I said, oh, cool. So you're like Scouts, right? It's like, yeah. And he said, I'm not going to attempt a Scouse accent. But he said, have you ever heard of the Beatles? And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, they're around from where I come from. The Beatles, like he was stressing it like I was a 5-year-old. The Beatles. And he did like a little, like a jig with his arms, like, yeah, the Beatles. I'm like, oh, the Beatles. I heard of them. Enter Sandman, right? You know. Anyway, cool guys. Cool guys. You have to tell Scousers to calm down. Anyway, so here we go. Pepperoni pizza for $9.50. That is okay. Now, I'm sorry, but this is a very talky segment. You can treat this as a podcast. You can alt tab and, you know, jerk off whatever you crazy people do. So I'm just gonna be talking during it. Probably mute my stream before you do it though, so you don't like, you know, make a soul connection the moment of the nut, and then you're like trapped on the stream or whatever. My point is, this pizza reminds me of home pizza. When I was growing up, a lot of times, like, my parents were really, like, paranoid of takeout food. It's like, well, they might have this season. It's oftentimes when it was pizza time, it was homemade pizza, and I really like those homemade pizzas. But this really looks like you made that pizza in the oven, you know what I mean? Like, you got the pre-made dough, you roll it around on a pin, and then you put it in with the cheese and the whatever. Looks good. Looks good, but for $9.50, I could go down to Lidl and get something that might be better, you know? Those homemade pizzas were really good on one basis, though. It allowed everybody in the family to pick their, like, combinations. And it was a flat pizza on a big, like, baking tray oven, right? The problem is, like, my dad has his taste, my mom had her taste, and I had my own taste. So that meant a, you know, a third of the pizza, more than a third, was actually inedible, because my dad picks the same pizza every time. He loves mussels, shrimp, and fake crab from a can. Okay? And sometimes when I ate something, there would be like a little booger in my mouth. Go, good. And my mom, mom would like cheese, olives. What else was it that she liked? And bacon. Yeah, that's what it was. Bacon. Yeah. And sometimes these things would just like bleed over to each other. Anyway, I would just pick like ham. You know, it's whatever. So this explains a lot about you. Goddamn right. Anyway, that's the pizza talk. So this pizza, kind of expensive what it is. This brings me to what the picture on the right is. This is a Korean barbecue chicken waffle cone. Can I rant about something anecdotal? So, I might have talked about this on stream before. I have a local Asian import store here that imports stuff from like Thailand and China and stuff like that. And sometimes they have Korean stuff, right? I think Squid Games and K-pop in general has really brought a lot of that stuff to, at least here. And there's a lot of like Squid Game promotional tie-in stuff you can buy. But there's one thing that I can eat 1,000 of these, but I would be so fat if I did. They have frozen Korean corn dogs in the frozen aisle at this place. I brought some home. It's like a 3-pack. Dude, I almost ate the entire fucking thing. The batter on these corn dogs is the same thing you get at like fairs and carnivals and shit. I'm like, holy shit! I used to put them in the air fryer and they were just as good. Crazy. Are Korean corn dogs still good when they're frozen? Dude, they were fantastic. They felt like I was eating donuts, you know. So, you know, after that I had to run 16 miles to get the calories off my body. Anyway, bulldog noodles are the best. Let's go bulldog. I like bulldog too, but it fucks with my spice levels because, like, at some point people treated bulldog as a challenge. Now they're kind of like occasionally in my dietary intake. And I eat so much like crazy spicy food anyway that when I cook for somebody else, they throw up. Like, what? It's not that spicy. Come on, you And then you start undercooking the spice levels where you're like, oh, there's nothing to it at all. Like, have some salt and black pepper. And then they complain. So he's talking about my dad here. But anyway, so, Korean barbecue chicken waffle cone. The stuff on the right looks so fucking weird. It is a total freak show. It might be too freaky. I would say the waffle ruins it, in my opinion. The waffle is the catalyst. This is the pin trigger that makes this into freak food. If this was in any other thing, maybe you could have done like a Mexican twist where you have like some tortilla or something. I don't know. But this just feels too... Look how unique we are. So I'm gonna go with the pizza. Fuck! Next round. Sausage for £3. Germany. Or from Scotland. Pie in a donut. I'm gonna be real honest. I know a lot of you guys look at the sausage on the left and you immediately think that's burnt. I don't think so. I don't think this is burnt. It looks a little dry, sure. But I'm gonna guess it is burnt like this because the sausage is not a American Nathan's hot dog. This is an actual raw interior, you know what I mean? So they make sure that they keep it charred to make sure that it's not fucked up. And I like a little bit of like a bark on my meat when I'm grilling. So, you know, here's what I would solve with this. Sometimes when you have a really burnt hot dog or something like that, you have good toppings on top of it, like onions and sauce or whatever, to kind of, you know, middle way, right? So I don't think this sausage is too fucked up. You know, it's just an exterior here that is a little charred. However, this brings me to my object on the right, ladies and gentlemen. This is a pie in a donut. And when it comes to my dietary things, the worst thing that I like try to avoid is pasta and bread. This is a nuclear bomb looking me straight in the eyes. Okay, I would eat this thing, boom, 20 kilos like that. Okay, this thing is probably 2,000 calories. Literally, this whole thing sustains you throughout the entire day. But what would I eat personally? I don't know why the donut is necessary. But what kind of pie are we talking? Are we talking like New Zealand meat pie? What are we investigating here, man? What if it's a meat pie? That's my question. That's my question. I know they're trying to like. I'm gonna guess general people would not pick on the left because they think it's burnt. On the right, it's a sweet treat, even though it's freak food. So I'm gonna go with right. Fuck! God damn it, man! Ugh. All right, moving on. From Germany, we have Currywurst und Fries. It's looking really good. Die Currywurst sauce is in mine refrigerator as well. This is my German accent. Hello. All right, so I'm gonna say this. If the thing on the left loses to the right, I'm gonna eat my own head off. I am dead serious. I am putting everything on the line. I will hop backwards between my legs, crawl into my own ass, and disappear like that. There's no way that hot dog on the right is gonna win. Look at that cheese. That is a Homer Simpson eating cheese. You know what I mean? That is a. There's not a what? And get this, 5 fucking pounds. Jesus, man, you can get a whole like packet of hot dogs, man. Spelunky says that's 6 beers down kind of meal. Yeah, it's all about the presentation. I mean, I can just click. I cannot lose. Just for a second there, I was like, holy shit. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 British meals. We have Kick-Off Combo Box, 15 pounds. 2 Korean barbecue chicken sliders, steak pie, popcorn chicken, toots, mac and cheese bites and dips, okay, versus pie, mash, and gravy. The kickoff combo box from the company Piglets. $15 is dollars. So my bad. I don't want to offend anybody. Pounds, British coins. I'm not sure if that is actually a substantial amount of food. However, that is 2 burgers and chicken tots. I gotta be honest, it probably is left. On the right, though, that is okay-ish looking, I would say. But the meal on the right, this is very specific. This is a rainy meal, all right? This is this kind of shit where school expedition, whatever you call it, and the teacher's like, yeah, we have this. And you're like, fine. It is cheaper. School trip, yeah. I'm gonna go with left. I think it's, my heart is telling me left. Yeah, 90%. Okay, that makes sense. Ladies and gentlemen, the next one we have is from Espanol, Spain. Shoutouts to Leon in chat. This is a bocadillo con bacon y queso. Okay. Versus pork bap. Bap. When I think of the word bap, I think of 2 things. 1, you get bapped in the fucking mouth for not shutting the fuck up. And 2, boob. Okay, so, you know, alright, let's think about this strategically. The thing on the left versus the right, it's all about presentation. I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. I think the thing on the right is gonna taste better. You know why? The left one is a fuck ton of bread. You're not gonna really taste this bacon. You're not really gonna taste this cheese. On the right, it's more of a compact, like, ooh, pulled pork. Okay. Because here's what I think. The bread on the right is not the main presentation. That is just to hold the fucking thing together. Whereas the thing on the left is more like, oh, the taste of bread. The thing on the left, I also have a slight passive vitriolic hatred for. Because it reminds me of the sandwiches you get at airports. When I'm traveling in an airport, I'm like, oh, I could really go for, like, a sandwich or something. And you go to some, like, barista place, because it's the only one that's open early in the morning. You get there, and you get this, like, pesto McFuck sandwich. And you're like, god damn, there's a lot of bread. But it is a good thing. It's basically poison, because a lot of carbs put me to sleep. And that way, I eat a lot, so when I get on the plane... like that, you know? So I basically intentionally poison myself with a bunch of shit. On the right, it's gonna be... damn it. Obviously, I'm gonna pick right, but it is all about the lighting and presentation, and it is also just for euros. Disgusting euros. Both are euros, in fact. No, these are pounds. Okay. Whew. I'm gonna. You know what we should do? Who wants to be a millionaire? Waiting music. Alright, guys, I'm gonna use one of my lifelines. I'm gonna ask you. Okay, let me just... Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep, boop, beep, boop. Hello, you're on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with our contestant Joey over here. Now, we are calling up Dr. Chad here, and, hello?
I choose right.
Sorry, what is that?
I
We want your answer right now, Dr. Chad. We need an answer.
To the left, right, left.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have we have an answer. People are picking the right. Let us see if it is correct. Ladies and gentlemen, you're a millionaire. That is what I talk about. That is what I mean. Okay. Thanks, chat. Okay, here we go. We have the Kuro Burger from the United Arab, yeah. And then we have from sorry, my eyes are so bad. Churros, okay. Let's see here. What do you think immediately? Look at the price. Seven spondulis for a hamburger versus these gigante culo fries. These churros are fucking gigantic. They got powdered sugar on them and Nutella. Okay, so I think it's gonna be right. The one on the left reminds me of the Darth Vader burger from Burger King or whatever that was. You know, where most Americans ate it and said, "Why my shit black? Why poop green?" You know, and Burger King was like, "Oh, sorry, sir, we did not know." So I'm gonna go with right. I'm gonna go right. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, we have from Mexico, we got Chicharrones Mendez versus from Scotland, a Munchie Box. Cheesy chips, cheeseburger, doner meat, chicken pakora, and pakora sauce. For how much? 9. Now, I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. I don't like chicharrones. I don't like chicharrones. And no offense, Mexico, but I think that all pork rinds and all it just tastes like the aftermath of cooking bacon and you're just eating the grease. I wish it had more of an actual like peppery flavor or something. It just tastes just like fucking oil, you know? That's the point. I know, but I was just like, put something on it, put some tahini on it or something. Fuck, I don't know. I've never been big on pork rinds, and so it's just a personal thing. The one on the right, though, you're fucking good to go. This will last you at least a period, you know. And I don't mean the time for the sports. I mean, like, you're gonna be bleeding out of your ass. So, I'm gonna go with the Munchie Box. This is also a culinary mix like you've never heard about it. Because, look at this. You got cheesy chips, which is French. Cheeseburger, German. Doner meat, Turkish. Chicken pakora and pakora sauce, which I assume is Indian. TM. So this is really a world culinary box of shit versus what is on the left, which is just one nation. So I'm gonna go with right. Fuck! What? But that's value! Jesus. Alright, next one we have Germany. We have a Fischbrötchen. This is a little weird because it is skin on fish. However, I must open my ignorant culinary eyes because, ladies and gentlemen, Joshi, our local German person, eats this kind of whole skin fish when he is hungover. What was it again? It was raw onions and skin on fish, right? Achtung, Joshi. Was ist das? Was ist das? Ist gut, ja? Richtig gut? We eat that... Okay, Essen die Scheiße, ja? Hast du, Both look horrible. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna wait until Joshi gets back. He probably died. Alright, so we have the next one from USA! Oh, say, can you see? It's a purple Philly cheesesteaky. It is purple and it's got peppers. And there's a big bag of chips. Okay. Alright, we have from Japan kiwi and sausage pizza. Sausage pizza. Gravy. Okay, and we have Korean fried chicken in America. Okay, so these are waffle fries, right? Alright, can I rant about something? Fuck plastic forks. Now, I get it, you can't be handling it, but this fork will not impale anything other than, like, a rice. Okay? You're just gonna happen, you're gonna press down, doink! You know. So, I'll just give me a napkin, finger food, you know. So, I don't know why, you know, stop polluting the planet. Versus these kiwi and sausage pizza. Now, here's the thing. Japan has a bit of a mean streak when it comes to culinary pizza stuff. They love mayo on pizza, like a whole mayo pizza, right? I think Japan also invented sausage bread pizza, stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure about that, but oftentimes when you see a pizza, it's like, what the hell? Now, I've never had a kiwi on a pizza, but I have warmed up to the idea of pineapple on pizza. Sometimes I get it. It's not my favorite, but I will eat it. The ratio of fruit to meat here is fucked. The key element to eating a pineapple on pizza is that it's a subtle sweetness. You could easily just have like a honey drizzle on a pizza and get the same result. And I also don't like, because this is gonna get really hot, and it's gonna feel like regurgitated applesauce with like hard sausages. So this fundamentally is not gonna work. So we're gonna have to go with Team USA with their Korean fried chicken. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm right again. Okay. And of course, the cheese dog is back. Well, I've wanted this already. From France. Fuck, that sucks. Because French food is poison versus this subpar hot dog. Fuck. It's gonna be real difficult. Do I risk my life versus having a hot dog? Shit. I don't know, chat. I don't know. Well, guys, this is a trick question. Do we pay £7 to die versus £5 for some eyelids and anuses? Let's see if I can call Mike. Is Mike online? Do it on Limes instead. She's live. Oh. Hi, Limes. I have a quick question. I'm live right now doing Scrandle. Would you rather eat French food or eat a cold hot dog? Thanks. La 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 la.
Hi, Joel.
Hey, what's up?
Good to see you. Hope you're well.
I am. How you doing? Doing all right? Limes? 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 La 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 la. La 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 la. Limes?
Please stop hitting me. Holy
No.
fuck. Holy
No,
fuck.
Limes. Limes, I'm trying to get an answer here.
I do so much damage.
Limes!
Oh.
Limes! Limes!
The garbage.
Limes! 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 Limes!
Thing died
Limes!
away.
La 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 la!
Oh, it's gonna be funny with Flash Fry.
Limes! Limes, I need help!
Joel needs my help. It's life or death.
Help!
Sorry, I was fighting a
Help!
boss.
Help!
What do you need?
I need help!
Would I rather eat French fruit or a cold hot dog? Have you never had fucking mussels, man? Like mussels and white wine?
Keep practicing.
What the fuck kind of question is this?
What? Is she picking the hot dog? What does man biceps have to do with, and alcohol have to do with eating hot dogs?
Oh, it's Are you doing Scrandle?
Yes!
I have a Scrandle pro tip. It's
Okay.
photo quality.
Yeah, that's what I
If
said!
the photo is kind of dark and grungy looking.
That's what I said,
that's
Limes!
lost.
Yes! So, you are picking the hot dog, yes?
Let's see. What you got?
Joel, she is British. Don't
I
educate me on
think
these
the
things.
hot dog might possibly win because it's a brighter photo. I don't know, man. It's not my fault.
So that I've had
know,
heart
something
before,
about
just
the
kind of
green
tastes like
just
the
looks
main meat
appealing.
is more dense. Well, I think that...
cheese dog? Oh, it's duck heart. That's interesting.
Oh, okay, she's on board, I need a definitive answer,
like
Limes.
proper sausage, man.
No, not a proper, it's dog shit sausage.
Pick one!
Yes!
Pick one, you fucking coward!
Yeah, come on! One! Pick one! Next thing that comes out of Lime's mouth, it will be the answer. La, 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 la. So the hot...
Sound terrible. Duck heart sounds
So the hot
nice.
dog, yes.
I'd give
She
it a
was
go.
sorry,
My only thing is, I tend to find if food looks moist, the Scrandle players don't
What?
like it.
What?
Like anything
Moist.
that looks moist, even though in reality the duck heart probably tastes way better. I think the picture is
Ladies and gentlemen, we have an answer from Limes. The moistness of this food is the determining factor. Sorry, I got a hair in my mouth. That means that I think the French, sorry, I don't like to use words like that on stream, will maybe do it. Because this is a duck heart. However, the hot dog is cheese. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna pick the right food! Ladies and gentlemen, we have another winner of the Scrandle! That's what I'm talking about now. They said it couldn't be done, but ladies and gentlemen, that is how we boogie. Okay? So, Limes, through her Sherlock Holmes deduction, says that it's the moistness that wins, which brought me to my victory. So thank you, Limes. We're gonna be playing the previous day. Here we go. Here we go. This is from Germany. This is a pizza donut versus from America. Shrimp sandwich. Ooh, let me tell you. Ooh. You pukesters to my right. Okay. Well, 10 pounds versus 2 pounds. I am afraid of what's on the right, though. Serious talk. You know why? I do not trust seafood at a sporting event. I do not trust it. I could eat it, but shrimp? Shrimp is like the main terrorist. Like, shrimp is the Saddam Hussein of, like, stomach problems. Like, it'll fuck you up twice, you know what I mean? So, it'll hide you, you know? Stinking up the place in your stomach, you know? And then... I would maybe say clams, maybe. Mike did eat a shrimp, not shrimp, an oyster in New York, and it was poop on it. There was poop on it, and he actually had to leave the table and go, you know, because he's always enjoying these oysters, and I don't know why. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna go with the pizza donut. I think that this is better for the value. This looks cheap, but you get what you pay for, and I don't know how big this is. Looks around the size of a big large cup, so maybe. Really? Okay. Well, I'll be the first to admit that I'm wrong. Okay, well, so be it. Minced beef and aloo dosa. And we have also for me a Balti pie, chips, and curry sauce. This is a culinary crossover between the Commonwealth and India. I gotta be honest, the left one looks a little bit better because there is color variety, but I think what's on the right is gonna fill you up more because this is potatoes in a big pan. Okay, but the left does have like some green to it, and but hang on. Whatever's on the left, I think there might be some rice or something on that dosa, which counteracts it. It looks like a bitch to eat with your hands on the left. Well, no, that's entertainment value, because sometimes when a game goes really slow, you start making little things happen in the game. And what I mean with that is like, you know, you hands are full with curry, so the guy in front of you, you wipe on him. Like that, and he's like, "Wait, what the fuck?" And you go, "Hey, they just scored a goal!" And you go, "What?" And then you like gaslight, and then you have like a double entertainment because you have a game and you have a mad person, you know. So, I'm gonna go with left. So close, so close. All right, well, here we go. We have cheeseburger versus Chicago-style hot dog. This is... Now I know that a lot of Americans are very passionate about their hot dogs, right? I understand. So, I believe, this is just from culinary knowledge that I've picked up over the years, I think on the right is what is referred to as dragged through the garden hot dog. Because it got tomatoes in it and some greens, right? Is this Chicagoans, Chicago people? Is this true? Giving Chicago a bad name. Look on the left. No, this is not being dragged to the garden. Okay. Well, I'll say this on the right. I think right is gonna win. Before I took a look at the price. This is hard to say. The quote-unquote cheeseburger on the left looks like it was... This is a tofu hamburger. $7 is absolutely outrageous for a hot dog. But you are paying for a whole pickle. Now, here's what I think. Because Scrandle has a sort of nuance of, look how weird this food is. I think that this pickle is not actually included into the sort of assembly of the hot dog. I think this is a side thing that they give you. But the maniac to post with this photo decided it'd be funny to have a dick. You know what I mean? So I think this is a little bit of a rage bait. I don't think this is entirely true how it was meant to be presented. The only people The only people that can actually prove me wrong about this is people from Chicago. Andrew! Great Siaman! I summon thee from the darkest pits of hell! Arise! Arise and answer my question, mortal man! Is he even here? He's not here, I think. Fuck! Shit, fuck, this is bad, guys. Is there anybody else from the area of Chicago? Shit, The Pope, Joey. Okay. Hang on, let me make a phone call here. Pope number Italy. Italy has produced the most popes by a wide margin with 217 popes. No, I want a phone number. Phone. Can you contact the Pope from Cuora? Absolutely. Here is the contact information. His Holiness Pope Francis. This is public information, apparently. You know, you know it's an incredibly good thing? You cannot hold down an actual your thumb on here. 390-669-88-22. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna call this. Alright. Here we go. So it's plus 39066 988 1022.
Det nummer du önskar nå är inte i bruk. Var vänlig kontrollera numret och försök igen.
Apparently it is no longer in use. Wait, oh no, I'm calling the dead guy! Oh, I'm serious. Oh, shit. This was Pope Francis. God damn it! Oh, man, this was 10 years ago. Wrong guy. How can I contact the Pope? As for electronic messages, the Pope himself usually does not email or use social media. The primary point of contact for emails is typically a private secretary. This is getting complicated, guys. I'm gonna try one more time.
Team, messaggio gratuito. Il cliente da lei chiamato non è al momento raggiungibile. La invitiamo a riprovare più tardi. Grazie.
Calling for a hot dog.
Jim, free message. The customer you have dialed is unavailable at the moment.
God damn it, Pope!
Try later. Thank you.
You're on my main man, Jesus, right? Fuck! Jesus, man, I'm trying to fucking call about a hot dog. Man. Alright, whatever. Alright, whatever. Alright, I'm gonna go with right. Not a lot of people voting on it, but, wait, no, Andrew in chat! Andrew, my main man. Fuck, that's no longer relevant, man. Damn it! Whatever. Alright, Morristown. Okay, what is this? Chips, beans, and cheese versus hot dog and a wolf from North. Alright, logically, of course. Here we go. From England, jerk chicken with rice versus a cheese and onion panini. Ooh. Now, here's the problem with this. I like a good panini. Paninis can be awesome. This looks much better and delicious. But this is a Flintstones meal. This is a kind of like a you hold it by the bone and like that caveman shit. How the fuck are you gonna eat this? I mean, we had a previous food that was like impossible to devour, but this. Not everybody has murder gloves 24/7. You know what I mean? So, and don't even bring me up on like plastic forks. You know, I don't even know, man. I'm gonna guess people still picked the jerk chicken. Yeah. Yep. Alright, here we go. Next one. Steak pie, mash und gravy versus a cheeseburger. Now this cheeseburger for £5 is straight out of 5th grade in my school. Burgers were always like overtly weirdly burnt. And this is well done, baby. This is well done. So yeah, I'm not gonna debate this. Come on now. Cheese, by the way. Hey, we have from Vietnam, meat unknown sandwich versus sausage in a waffle. Now here's the deal. This is mystery meat. And my argument is that sausages is also mystery meat because it's also eyelids and anuses. Here's the deal though. It is from Norway, which invalidates it. So I don't even care if this is the wrong pick. I've already won. So I'm sorry, I won that one. Sorry, buddy. You lose. Alright, there we go. And England versus England. Here we go. We have a cheesy brisket chips. We have steak pie, gravy, and mushy peas. The thing on the left looks like after you've been in town with your friends and you want some food. This is it. This guy on the left will put deodorant on your soul after that. Okay, so that is definitely something I would have picked. This actually looks great. This will give you diarrhea though, without a doubt. And you'll be too hungover to remember what you ate that made you have feces. But $14. I don't know if I can refer to bucks as pounds as bucks, but you know, it is a little pricey. Gonna smoke me a fatty brisket. This one is difficult. It is 3 times the price on what's on the right. And I can say this, guys. I've never had mushy peas. I'd love to try it. You know, some fish and chippy and mushy peas. Right is AI-generated alien food. If you like peace, it's good. No, I like war. I'm gonna go left, more expensive, but I think the general people are gonna say like, peace, I don't like, so we're gonna go left. That's right, 82%. And we have from Brazil, feijão tropeiro meal. Okay, so this was kind of egg. We got some sort of like beef steak, pork maybe, or something. Looks pretty good. And from England we have a kebapi roll. Kebapi? Are they trying to say like ceviche? Is this some sort of bastardization? Cevapi, or if I can call it. Alright, anyway, guys, the value on the left versus right. This hot dog is absolutely ginormous. My only problem with this is that there seems to be a spermatozoa trying to escape from the hot dog. There's a freedom nut trying to escape into a cervix to create like a human, but he is trapped inside. So this tampon is kind of the catalyst for not being picked. I don't know. I'm gonna go with left. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And we have the final one. Here we go from okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I have just won. Ladies and gentlemen, unbelievable. Let's do one more. We're gonna do the one that was previously. Alright, here we go. Hey, we have from England a Stoke stack versus a sausage roll. Okay, now I have to ask all the ladies and the girls watching Vargskelethor. I don't know what the hell you're doing here, because I made it very clear, no cooties, okay? But I have to ask, I don't know what a maxi pad looks like, but isn't this literally a maximum pad? When you sneeze and my blood, you know. No. Is this not maxi pad? Like Libres maxi pad. Like the wings. Girl here, no. Ah! I got all your asses! Mods, get on it! Ban all the girls! No cooties! No cooties! You got your asses! Yes! 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 A new age of boys! Okay, well, obviously, but yeah, this does kind of look like a maxi pad. It's disgusting. Okay. As I said, one of your mods is female. What? Okay. Alright, here we go. Jokes aside. Spicy Korean fried chicken for 14 buckaroos and a bulgogi burger. Ooh, that's 2 meals for one. Versus a Biscoff donut. Oh. Listen, Joey loves Biscoff spread because it's essentially travels back when I was a kid and I would eat the gingerbread cookie mixture before we actually put it in the oven, and he's like that. And as an adult man, supposedly, having a whole jar to like eat by yourself, it's like, holy shit, this feels really perverted to do. This thing on the right is gonna be so tasty. But the thing is, at a game, I think having this much sugar would be bad, because I think this would actually put you to sleep permanently. The amount of calories and sugar contents of this donut is so biblically high that you are gonna like blow your pancreas completely out of your system, like that, like a balloon. And I gotta say, this is basically 2 meals for one, and it looks good. So this is a hard pick, but I'm gonna go with Korea. Yeah, there you go. Everything's been right so far. I'm sorry. This hot dog. That at first I thought it was a crab claw. I thought it was like Mr. Krabs' claw. You know, sponge me, boy. Money. You know. But it's just a split up hot dog. This thing is so fucking hard. You would throw that at someone's head and they would turn into mashed potatoes, okay? This thing is a cinder block, okay? So yeah, and also they charge almost six bucks for it. But here's the thing though. The one on the right is, this is something I made when I was 16 years old. It's just fish sticks and like a bread roll. Here's the thing. It looks like shit, but I guarantee you this might actually be very tasty. This tartar sauce, and there seems to be some green in here. Could have toasted the bread, but yeah, I don't know. That's cum. You guys don't know what tartar sauce is? Guys, I know there's a lot of unemployed people out here that doesn't go to the grocery store because mommy and daddy does it. But guys, the moment you step outside your man cave and you go to a grocery store and you see mayonnaise, promise me you won't laugh. Promise me you won't laugh. Okay, because we don't need Gen Beta to be like, look, they put a man use in a jar. You know. No promise. Mayo. Well, obviously, I get. Jesus Christ, if this is... Okay. Chicken tikka wrap and chips or some chicken... Oh, both of these look really, really good. Both of these look really, really fucking good. A little bento box on the right. And they are the same price. This is very, very difficult. This is actually very difficult. I don't know if that egg is the soy sauce egg that's sometimes marinated. But this looks very, very good. But I think you get a little bit more value on the thing on the left. Because you get a whole basket of chips. That is French fried potatoes, not potato chips. In some sort of roti and, you know, some salad. You get 2. This is a pretty banging deal, I would say. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. This brings me back to what I said earlier about, like, what is a good char on food. The burntness of this chicken is absolutely perfect, I would say. I guarantee that thing's still moist inside, man. The thing, though, is, personally, what is missing from this is the fact that the left one uses potato chips, French fries. It should have been rice. But you have to also take into consideration, this is a sporting event. I don't think a lot of people would, like, want to do that. Because this seems like you wrap it up and, you know, and you, whatever. Now, from a nutritionist standpoint, this is basically protein, or actually carbs versus protein, you know. So, it's really fucking hard to say. This is really hard to fucking say. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna ask the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, we are calling up Dr. the Chat right now. Ring, 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 ring. Hello? Hello, my name is Yui, and I'm wondering, would you rather eat, like a Indian wrap with some French fries versus a bento box with, like, chicken? And chat is saying both. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't need your opinion about it, because, ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be the Japanese food, because Japanese food is some of the most molto bene, mamma mia food in the world. Culinary masters, okay? So, I'm sorry, but just because of, like, you know, ooh, it's Japanese, it's gonna have that edge to it, and it's gonna be more, ooh, appetizing. So, ladies and gentlemen, boom! I told your asses, Joey still has it! Okay. A Chinese box versus New Zealand pork dumplings. Okay, now the Chinese here should have 16 quotation marks around it, but okay, here's the thing though, let's not throw stones in a glass house, okay? Because any Western Chinese food is a bastardization, okay? There is no such thing as, like, deep fried chicken with, like, orange sauce in, like, mainland China, okay? That is something that we just fucking took and, like, modified over the years, right? However, I will say this. Sometimes you have an intense craving for this kind of Chinese food, and it could be some of the best food ever. It will definitely put you to sleep. You might notice that, like, my goodness, food really does put you to sleep, Joel. Yes, I'm a diabetic. But here's the thing. Because I am culinarily educated, I know that in the UK, a lot of Chinese food has curry with it. As you can see in the image. Curry sauce Chinese. So I kind of know what this is going on. So let's analyze this picture. We have 4... some sort of battered breadcrumb chicken, okay. 2 spring rolls, deep fried chicken, sweet and sour sauce, some sort of noodles with veggies. Okay, okay. And of course the curry sauce. Just from the value alone. I mean, versus how many pork dumplings? 9 New Zealand coppers. Well, these are 10. There's more variety, and I think the left one is more fun. I gotta be real honest too. The left one looks so real to me that I'm actually getting hungry looking at it. This is fantastic. My local favorite Chinese spot to go to. They've been in business for longer than I've been alive. They have something that is fucking, you know, let's use some Gen Alpha terminology. It slaps. Okay, you know why? Same menu for 30 fucking years since the 90s. They haven't changed. The menus in there is all faded from like green to blue. All right, and when you eat one bite, it's just pure MSG. All right. My favorite thing to get is something called 3 little dishes, and what they do is they get an aluminum TV tray, a TV dinner tray, right? On the left of it, the majority of it, that is a mixture of deep fried chicken and pork. And in the one box, it is something called Mongolian beef. I don't know if this is translating right. But what it is, it's bamboo and like beef in like this brown gravy soy sauce that is just loaded with fucking MSG, right? And then on the other one, on the tray, it is just sweet and sour sauce. You can upgrade to another thing called 4 little dishes, and then you also get curry chicken, which is kind of what this is, but kind of a different curry. But here's the deal. Here's why I'm selling you this scam, right? When you order this, for free, you get 2 whole deep fried bananas with vanilla bourbon ice cream, and the banana is like rolled in syrup. Price for all of this? $9. All right, you can't even finish it. It's that much food. These are fucking huge trays. $9. Absolute steal. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can pull up a picture real quick. I doubt this is like online. 3 små rätter, that's what it's called. Okay, let's. It's kind of hard to find a picture of what this looks like. Not the best images online, so I'm trying to like, I don't have to cherry pick a good picture, but okay. Hang on, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to fucking find this. Fucking image. Guys, I'm just gonna pick a random one. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way I can find one that's like good to that doesn't look like a fucking death picture. Alright, fuck it. Here we go. Alright, so essentially I accidentally picked something. Fuck. God damn it. But yeah, this is for like $9. Okay. I don't even know what I clicked on. But apparently I was right! Okay, well. Oh, I clicked on the left one apparently, okay. Here we go. Popcorn, chicken, and chips versus turkey schnitzel. Oh, man. Wow. Deutschland represent. This schnitzel has been pounded by a fucking monster truck to get that flapped. Popcorn, chicken, and chips from Straya. 10 versus... it's hard to say. I can already tell this from this image that the fries on the left is below good. Because they have that flop to them, and that means that they're not going to be too crispy. You know, I don't know. It's going to be very greasy, but not necessarily too fried. Like I can only feel the texture in my mouth. They're wilted. Yeah. And the chicken itself doesn't look that great. Here's the problem, though. The right one is meant to be like, Scrandle freak food. But on the left, it's hard to say, man. Shit. $10 versus $3. Fuck it. Yes. Holy shit. All right, well, from Cambodia, mixed meat versus Finnish. Oh no. Vinesauce fish with mashed potato. Okay. Perkele satana. We have vengeance fish-alainen. My favorite Finnish food is the paella sunrise, and what that is you got a bit of sausage and some vodka in the morning. That's it. Oh yeah, don't forget your hoon, your cigarette. You know. Remedy. Fuck. Yeah. The right one is meant to be the joke freak food, so this got to be left. What? Really? Oh, really? For what the fuck? Fucking hell. Whatever. Scrandle hates mystery meat. Whatever. Pie, mash, and liquor. Liqueur? Because the way this is presented, you know what this looks like? When it says liquor, that means that this was barfed up. This is when you're 12 shots down at the bar and you're like, oh fuck, dude, I can't walk on it. Yeah, I'm good again. And it looks like this. The type of sauce, yeah. Yeah, well, obviously it's this. It's obviously this, because this thing is just unacceptable. All right, here we go. We have Ribman Pie versus what is that? Macedonia. We have sausage and Vegeta. Well, so a little quick anecdote. When I go to the grocery store near the spice aisle, there's always this brand called Vegeta, and it's this chef that looks like he knows something dirty. Let me show you. I don't know if this brand is outside Sweden, but hang on. Yeah, this asshole. I see this guy, and I'm wondering what the fuck his fucking deal is. Oh, I gotta be careful so I don't misclick again. Yeah, you see this guy? See him? Yeah, no. Why am I scared? You know? More shoe. I've never tried this. I don't know what it is, but you know, let me see if I can crop him a little bit. Via gear. Okay. All right. Anyway, back on track. So that when the blowjob is al dente. What? All right. Anyway, $9 for this pie. This might look bigger than it is. By the way, someone on the right snuck in some fucking hooch. What's up with these seats, man? Dude, look, they've been ass formed, like left, right bun. Okay, is there a hole for your nutsicles? What's going on here? Huh? Perfect cup the cheeks. It's the piss drain. It was like the fucking Roman vomitoriums. I know, not vomitorium actually, it stands for that, but yeah. I'm gonna go left. Yeah. Okay. Nearly a flawless one. Hey, 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 we have a hot dog versus 2 slices of pizza from Italy. Dude, this slice looks like sweet. Any sweets here in chat tonight? Americans, everybody else, just shh. And I'll know. Vad fan, vad tänker jag säga? Nu är det fan dags att snacka svenska, för det finns en chans att majoriteten kan så snabbt göra en Google Translate. Ja fan, okej. Se inte den på höger ut exakt ut som en sån jävla svettig jävla Billys-panpizza i mikron. Inte så här i airfryen eller någonting, utan det är bara så här mikron i själva plasten. Absolut. Ja, det ser för jävligt ut. Alltså osten har så här smält lite grann, men inte jättemycket. Jag påminner om Gorbis. Du kan säga att den på vänster var en jävla Gorbis. Gorbis och Billys. Anyway, sorry about that. Local humor and debate. For context, I'm saying that the one on the right looks like a very popular frozen pizza, pan pizza thing we hear called Billys. I've talked about this before, but one of the major frozen food things in Sweden is something called Gorbis and Billys. And Billys is a frozen little pizza slice, and Gorbis is a pierogi. They are named. You have a chat emoji for it. Gorbis was named after Gorbachev, and Billys after Billy Clinton. I'm not making this up. And every single Billys comes in a big American, flag packaging. It's meant to be that. So yeah, not kidding about this. Anyway, I gotta be honest. The presentation on the right is a little fucked. On the left, you could make the same argument that you're basically just imbibing cheese sauce. But cheese, jalapenos, and crispy onions versus just a regular margarita, I believe. I don't know what kind of sauce this is, but this seems too standard. This seems a little too standard. I'm gonna go with left. Ladies and gentlemen, one flaw in my logic, but not bad at all. I'm gonna say this. Let's keep playing Scrandle until we get a flawless 10 out of 10. So I'll be right back with more Scrandle. Don't go nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. So will I get the flawless 9 out of 10? Very good, but my score has been improving. So, here we are again. England, pizza versus chicken burger. I thought this was a picture of Jesus Christ on the cross upside down. Like, I'm serious, man. Hang on, can I flip this? Doesn't this kind of look like Jesus? I don't know, man. Jesus pizza. Alright, well, anyway, we have this, and oh god, I gotta like realign the window here. Hang on, wait. Oops, Christ, more blasphemy here on stream. XSplit had an update, and it's like a new thing here. How do I reset this? There we go. Okay. Anyway, here we are. So, Stroke City. Chicken burger. Is that a little chocolate treat you get? Well, no, that's mayonnaise. That's mayonnaise. That's mayonnaise. This chicken burger looks like a heart, which is kind of funny because we had a heart French cuisine earlier. But look at that price. Look at that price, man. What the fuck happened? It is cut in 6 slices. I don't know how big this is, but I mean, naturally, it's gonna be more expensive, but barely won. Barely won. Burger versus hot dog. Now, we've seen this Kongdong hot dog before, and this burger, this is gonna be hard. However, this does look more appetizing. Now, I said this on the previous Scrandle stream too. I think that this hot dog on the right has a... There's some sort of white sausage. I forget what it's called, but I don't think it's gonna be permanently like this. Looks very normal, incredibly boring, but... look at that. Guys, here we go. Now we're getting to the harder difficulty. Pork stuffing, chips, and gravy versus boneless chicken bites. Almost the same thing, almost. However, it is all about the presentation. And I think with the inclusion of the spring onion here, or whatever it is, I think this edges it out a little bit more, because you get a little bit of green in it. And I think that determines the victory, so... Yep, okay. And then, of course, we have the next one, which is a chicken bucket from the USA versus Indian meal deal. Chicken curry, chips, naan, and onion bahis. Ooh. It's hard to say. I would personally go for the right, because there's more variety in this. But they are both bucket foods for some reason. Both buckets. However, the one on the left is a literal bucket. Like, it has a fucking... a hinge, whatever, a carry on it. That's awesome. And that's really good too, because when you have too much cerveza, you're gonna go into the bucket, and you know, and then it looks like on the right. Okay, Vom bucket. You can take the bucket home. It was funny. I have a story. I was really drunk once with a friend, and we went to a local restaurant here that serves burgers until 1 a.m. We were really drunk. We went there in the middle of winter, and we went, because like they were closing that. We went up to the drive-thru window, standing, asking for hamburgers, and they gave us an actual tray, and they were like, "Yeah, can you return the tray real quick? We're just trying to like, you just have something here, okay? Yeah, whatever." We just ended up carrying the meal home, and I have like not McDonald's, it's Max tray somewhere here. Free tray. I have a tray at home. Where are the videos? Where's the video games at? Don't worry, we're gonna play that in a second. This is the last Scrandle round, but anyway. But can't confirm I was the tray. Rare item. Anyway, this one is difficult. However, chat, almost $20 goddamn for a bucket of chicken. That's not great. That's not great. 10. It's gonna be right. Told you. We might have a flawless one here. All right, here we go. Here we go. From Wales. Meatballs, chips, peas, and gravy versus pulled pork loaded chips. Fuck, this one is difficult. They both have a slop consistency, and as Lime said, it's all about the moisture, right? I think the general population outside the UK will turn their nose towards peas. I think all this pea stuff is turning people off. I think on the right, it is pure concentrated potatoes and meat. So I'm gonna say it's probably in the right. We are halfway, and we might have a full home run. Oh my god, this... Okay. USA versus Canada! Canada, look at this. Hot chicken sandwich. Looks very good. The coleslaw here, the pickle, there seems to be some sort of marination in the batter here, or it's been tossed in some sort of sauce. Looks very appetizing, very good. On the right, however, the pork sandwich is more expensive. However, nobody on the planet likes vegetables. Okay? No one eats vegetables except moms make you do it. So I'm gonna say the childish palate will be left. We have 4 to go. Here we go. And a cheeseburger versus an air pie. Now, is it called an air pie because it's hollow and it just... It's like the scene from Christmas Vacation. You know? Air pie. No price data. I'm just gonna go with right. Oh, fuck. Guys. It's getting tense now. Bacon cheeseburger. Okay, versus Tropiero. Beans, rice, kale, fried egg, and pork. The left one has weird bacon on it. Real weird bacon. This looks more like... This looks more like... ham. Which I know is technically bacon, but... so that pig is still oinking. But I have to make a decision here. The problem with this is that this is foreign food. That might not go home against a bacon cheeseburger, because this is weird and foreign. I probably should give you some context of what I mean here. No shade towards Chowder, but we're all going to K-Town in New York. It was Vinny, Mike, the mods, and, you know, Chowder was included. And Chowder does not eat anything outside chicken nuggets or Wendy's fries or anything that is not basically a hamburger or fries or chicken nuggets. And it was his first time like trying Korean food. And I should have said something, because he ended up ordering like a noodle dish with some braised pork in it. He took one bite and said, don't like it. And I felt bad. I'm like, oh, fuck. Damn it. So he sat there with it, staring at it, saying, I don't want it. So, shout-outs to Chowder. But, okay. Hard to say, but I'm gonna go right. No! I knew it! Fuck! I should have gone with the Chowder route. God damn it! Oh, no! No! I should have gone with my instinct. Damn it! Oh, all is lost. All is lost. I had the fucking strat. Damn it! Christ. Oh well. 9 out of 10 we can at least do. Pokemon and Trespass. I'm gonna make this the final one. Listen, I won by majority. Okay, that's fine. Spicy steak sandwich versus pie and mash. By the way, this doesn't look like steak. This looks like a barbecued piece of pork. What the fuck? Okay. Fuck it. Alright, well. A pork chop, yeah. Pie and mash. I'm gonna go with this one. Final one. Final one, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, fuck. The Stoke Stack fish finger baguette. Holy shit, man. This thing is... What is this, an eel? You took a fucking... A viper from the, you know... What is it called? The... What is that, like, place that things disappear in? It's like... What's it called? The fucking... It's like a place in the ocean that's just like... Bermuda, yeah. You took like a sea serpent from the Bermuda Triangle, yeah. I will say this: if this had a little bit more sauce in the bottom, it probably does. Put some mayo on that bitch, boom! I'm in it to win it. But the burger on the left, beef patty, chicken, pulled pork, and cheese. Beef patty and chicken. Wait a minute. Beef, chicken, and pork. This is a trifecta of death. This thing is awesome. This is all the animals in the animal kingdom compressed down to a, you know, a hamburger. This is awesome. This is a triple kill, man. Wow. Interesting, interesting. Man, I have to look at it this way. The right one is just fish. The left one is, you know, moo, bop, and oink, you know. So, should have called it the stroke stack instead. I like the cut. Air, land, and sea. Good to know Joey knows his animals, thanks. It's like the least kosher food possible. Wow. Well. Air and land. Left is too much meat. You gotta ask yourself. You want to eat this? You want to eat what's on the left? You would say, like, that's too much meat. Really? The only flaw in the left, besides the possibility of death, which, by the way, the right one isn't excluded from that, because the amount of deep frying oil that is going to be consumed by you is going to be crazy, is the fact that the cheese is not melted at the top. If this was melted, this would have been an easy victory. And the cheese is very important. So, question is, who wins? Now, I see some people also say on the right, the bread is not toasted. And I offer you this. How many times have you ordered a sandwich from Subway and the bread is quote-unquote toasted and it ends up looking like this anyway? Every single fucking time. Okay, and then I know we're gonna bring up the Subway is not breaded thing, but yeah, I never had them toasted. I say extra toasted. There's no sauce on the right. Ladies and gentlemen, the final Scrandle of today. Here we go, and it's gonna be a victory with 90%. That's what I'm talking about. In fact, we're gonna do a quick bonus round because I am on a roll, baby. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Here we go, quick one. We have chicken curry and chips. There's chicken curry and chips. England versus Italy. Who wins? The left one has more color, which makes an easy victory for England. That is right. And the next one, bring it on. We have England and England. We have water in a box. Oh no. Ooh. 2 bucks for water in a box. Better water, better world. Yeah, that's great, but you're still using plastic for the fucking top. Whatever. Prime blue raspberry. I'm just a little curious about on the left. Now, water, guys. What is the? Drop everything you're doing right now. Don't look at chat. Just reply with your honest feelings. What does water taste of? Go. Just instinctually type. Nothing. Water. Nothing. Fuck all. Right. If this thing is surrounded in a cardboard box, you know what it's gonna taste like? Duh. You know. So. Yeah. This. All right. And I'm sure the coating inside is not necessarily, but that just makes it more of a question. How is it recyclable if it's like water, cardboard? I didn't fucking know. Anyway, here we go. Prime. Now, I tasted Prime last year. I had this very specific flavor. No, it was like an ice pop. Is Prime still going? I thought they were like giving that shit away like pink sauce. Like, oh, well, that scam is up. Yes. Sadly, yes. But I thought the children stopped buying the new thing. They were like moving on to like Lunchables and whatever. WWE Prime collab. Oh yeah, they do that. It's still everywhere. I don't see the Prime stuff anymore. It's nationwide. Yes, the last one, like I said, Pokemon Trespasser Shafted. Unfortunately, Joel, those were Lunchly. Well, just through how the internet wants the Logan brothers, or don't want them, I'm gonna actually go with the cheaper water in a box. Lo and behold. Alright, here we go. We have free oysters! Holy shit! Versus USA, the flavor of New York, a free hot dog given to me after it. A mix-up with an order at New York Mets tonight. Yes, it turned out to be just a bun. Both are free. The problem is that oysters that are free at a sporting event, just as is, just suck that guy down, you know? Yeah, this is more safe. This is insane. All right, here we go. We have 2 slices of stuffed crust pizza versus a pizza. Ooh. Looks better. Looks better. This looks better. Okay, and then we have, of course, fish and chips versus cod and chips. Ooh. Okay, this comes with a lime. This comes with a citron. This has some sweet and sour sauce on it. Don't know about that. The price, though. Cheaper versus more expensive. More culinarily appetizing. More value. So I'm gonna go right. Okay. Here we go. We have England. We have loaded nachos versus loaded nachos. Ooh, hard to say. This kind of does look like dog food a little bit, but so does this. 4 pounds. Ooh, fuck. I'm gonna go with this one just because the cheese looks a little bit more cheese. This looks more like canned cheese. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going someplace. We have a slider box from the USA, $18 though. Fuck that. Share box, $19. Chicken fillet tenders, hash browns, fries, and barbecue salsa. Both look good. However, you do get a fucking infinite amount of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goddamn sliders. You got onion rings, and you got, what are these called? Wavy fries, whatever. Mozzarella sticks, and ketchup, mayonnaise, probably ranch. Okay. This one has chicken fillet tenders, hash browns, fries, and barbecue salsa. Okay. If these things are fried pickles on the right, personally, I'm gonna pick. I love fried pickles. They are fucking awesome. It's a hard pick, man. Hard pick. This is cheaper. And it is also more mainstream with just sliders. And the color presentation is better. Sharebox has more. I'm gonna pick left because it's got mozzarella sticks. No! Fuck! All is lost. Oh, here we go. Nothing! I love nothing. The pea dog versus green cheese. Go fuck yourself, man. It's no. All right, later. What's the final thing? 5 sugar donuts or a chocolate donut. All right. I'm gonna go with this one. All right, just more value. Damn it. Well, we had a session of Scrandle here, and I'll say this. Very close to a perfect 10 out of 10, but I did falter a little bit. There are things that is meta in this game that you have to take into consideration. One of them, of course, being the presentation, and as Lime said, the moisture levels of the food. But sometimes you get a little bit of a tricky question where it's like the same food at different angles, essentially. What more is more cheesy, whatever. You know. Joel, you're too posh to understand how the real fans eat. Posh? Posh. Are you calling me Polish? Kurwa? You're pretty good at that game, by the way. It's all in the brain. It's not necessarily your own opinion. You have to strategically think, what does the average person think? And my 3 things right now is this. 1, an American cheeseburger will always win. You know, like, it would always win because that's very common food, and it's not foreign and weird. 2, any hot dog that's on this website is always going to be bad. Never pick the hot dog. And 3, the price determines a lot of stuff, not always. And it's not necessarily always the quality or the quantity of the food. But I will say this. If it's from Norway, Denmark, or Finland, it's always going to lose. Okay, thank you. You mixed up Ireland with Italy, Joel. Really? What? No. No. What? Did I? Well, that was intentional. Okay, anyway, next game.